I not too often do I say this to the public or in private life, but I think if I wouldn't have met Jean Beliveau in 1980, I wouldn't have had the last spot to become an award-winning journalist in New Brunswick and the Maritime region and the successes I had, because Jean Beliveau, with his presence and his humility and his gentlemanliness, taught me a big lesson. In just a short time, we discussed, basic stuff between a fan and a player. Back in the day, Jean Beliveau would travel throughout the Maritimes to visit what he used to call like the beer visits, where he would show up at tournaments or dedications of rinks, like in Charlotte, New Brunswick. He showed up for the dedication of that on the North Shore. But when I met him, I said, geez, this is somebody I'm going to try to emulate, not to pay tribute to, but to say I got to be like this guy, to be as much of a success I can be. There's going to be bad times and good times like he had, the injuries and different stuff. But Jean Beliveau, just like Maurice Richard, just like Babe Ruth, just like Gretzky, just like all the great superstars of sports, Joe Montana, he comes along once in a generation. He's passing on December 2nd, 2014. Was a day of sadness, but a day of celebration. Now, this will be a two-part podcast on Beliveau. We're going to talk about the generalities of his playing career and also his legacy in the second part. Now, Joseph Jean Arthur Beliveau, CCGOQ, born August 31st, 1931 in Three Rivers. Again, I always love my people from Three Rivers. Played professional hockey for part of 20 seasons with the Montreal Canadiens from 50 to 71. Now, he was inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1972, 1 year after retired, after winning his last cup in a 7-game series against Chicago. Now, his nickname is Le Gros Bill. There's no translation in English, definitely. They wouldn't call him Big Bill, but Le Gros Bill means he's bigger than life. Now, he's widely regarded as one of the top 10 greatest NHL players of all time. I think he's top 5 in my opinion. Now, he first played professionally in the Quebec Major Hockey League and made his NHL debut with the Canadiens in 1950, but chose to remain in the QMJHL full-time until 1953. Now, by his second season in the NHL, Beliveau was a top 10 scorer in the association. He was the fourth player to score 500 goals and the second to score 1,000 points. He won 2 Hart Memorial trophies as league MVP in 56 and 64, 1 Art Ross trophy as top scorer in 56, as well as an inaugural Conn Smythe trophy as Stanley Cup MVP in 1965. He has 17 Stanley Cup championships, the most by an individual to date. 10 as a player and 7 as an executive or a management role. And again, in 2017, he was named one of the 100 greatest NHL players in history. Now, he was born to Arthur and Laurette Beliveau, the oldest of 8 children. His family traces their ancestry to Antoine Beliveau, who settled in 1642 in Port Royal, Nova Scotia. Now, expelled along with other Acadians in 1755, the Beliveau settled in the Boston area before moving to Three Rivers, Erie, Quebec in the mid-19th century. So yes, Jean Beliveau is an Acadian. Jean's father was also part of a large family, one of 6 brothers, many of whom moved to Western Canada in the 1910s, while others remained in Three Rivers and Saint Celestin, a beautiful community as well. Now, Jean's family eventually moved to Victoriaville when Jean was 6, and he grew up in that beautiful community, attending l'École Saint-David, l'Académie Saint-Louis de Gonzaga, and the Collège de Victoriaville schools. Now, like many future hockey players of his era, the Belivos had a backyard rink on which their children, friends, and neighbors played a version of pond hockey called shinny. Now, until he was 12, the family rink was where Jean learned to play hockey. His first organized team was in a house league at l'Académie, which played on the school's rink. As part of a squad of l'Académie All-Stars, Jean played against other local teams. At age 15, he entered college and played for its team and an intermediate team, the excellent Victoria Panthers. In the summertime as a child, Beliveau also played baseball. A standout in the local leagues in Victoriaville, he pitched and occasionally played infield. Well enough, his family turned down an offer of a minor league pro contract for Jean at age 15. At 16, Jean played for the senior league team in nearby Val-d'Or, Quebec. Now, Beliveau was already started 15 when spotted by Canadiens GM Frank Selke, who sought to sign him to a NHL C form, the standard league contract for young players at the time, if what it required Beliveau to join the Habs at a set date and agreed upon salary. When his father balked, Beliveau signed a B form instead, agreeing to play for Montreal should he ever decide to turn pro. Now, Beliveau was called up twice for brief appearances by the Canadiens in 51 and 53, each time playing the minimum number of games that an amateur could play at the professional level. He led the Quebec Senior Hockey League in scoring in 53. However, he did not appear to show much interest in playing professionally. Finally, Selke got an idea. If the QSHL were somehow turned into a professional league, Beliveau would be a professional as well, and under the terms of the B form, he would have to sign with the Habs. At Selke's suggestion, the Canadiens owners, the Canadian Arena Company, bought the league, and it converted it from an amateur league to a minor pro league. So for you Americans listening, I don't think the Yankees would purchase a whole league to get one player, especially in the 1950s. So you tell me what's more important, the Yankees who would not buy a league in the 50s or the Habs that would. Now, this decision eventually forced Beliveau to join the Habs for the 54 season, though the Habs owned the NHL rights to all the league's players in any case. So that means all the players were owned by Montreal. Pretty cool, then. Now, Beliveau retired at the end of the 71 season as his team's all-time leader in points, second all-time in goals, and the NHL's all-time leading playoff scorer. He notched 507 counters and had 712 assists for 1,219 points in 1,125 NHL regular season games, plus 79 goals and 97 assists for 176 points in 162 playoff games. His jersey number 4 was retired on October 9, 71 at the start of the 71-72 season. In 72, he was inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame. He is now the second all-time leading scorer in Canadiens history, behind Guy Lafleur. Only Henri Richard at 1,256 games and Larry Robinson at 1,202 played more games for the Habs. Belivau's name appears on the Stanley Cup 17 times, including 7 times as executive for the Habs in 73, 76, 77, 78, 79, 86, and 93. Now, in addition to winning the Hart Trophy as League MVP twice, he was second in voting a further 4 times and third once. But it was the era of Gordie Howe, Maurice Richard, all the key players. Bobby Hull as well. Now, as well, in addition to winning the Art Ross Trophy as a leading scorer once, he finished second twice and third 4 times, illustrating his remarkable long-term consistency. In 98, the Hockey News named Beliveau the 7th greatest NHL player of all time. Upon his retirement, the Canadiens named Beliveau a vice president emeritus and director of PR. Now, Beliveau was never known as an activist during his playing days. However, he was one of several players who threatened to pull out of the Hall of Fame if disgraced ex-NHLPA Executive Director Alan Eagleson had been allowed to stay in after being convicted of fraud and embezzlement. He also supported the NHL's position during the 2005 NHL lockout, arguing that the players' demand would damage the sport in the league, and boy, was he right. Now, career statistics. Big stats with Victoriaville. 67 points, 75 points, 48 and 49. With the Citadels, after Victoriaville, 50 and 51, 80 points and 124. The big season of 51 where he had 178 points, 84 goals in 68 games. Now, in 51, he played 1 game to Quebec Aces, and 2 games with the Habs when he scored his first goal. In 52, with the Aces of the QMHL, he had 83 points in the regular season, 24 in the playoffs. 53, 89 points in the regular season, 29 in the playoffs, 64 total goals. 53 had 5 games for the Habs and 3 games. First season with the Habs, he's rookie at 13 goals. Then from then on, again, he won cups with Montreal in 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 65, 66, 68, 69, and 71. Now, goal totals, he never scored 50 goals. Consecutive seasons from 55 on, 37, 47, 33, 27, 45, 34, 32, injuring plague years in 62 with 18, 28, 20, 29, 12, 31, 33, 19 and 25. Now, he never had a 100-point season. Best season, I think it was a career year, in my basic opinion, was 59, where he had 91 points in 64 games. But due to injuries, he only played 3 games in the playoffs. Now, awards and honors, quite long, so bear with me. Played the NHL All-Star Game 13 times between 53 and 69. First team All-Star 55, 56, 57, 50, 59, 60, 61. Second team All-Star 58, 64, 66, 67. Art Ross again in 56. Hart in 56 and 64. Conn Smythe in 65. NHL Lifetime Achievement Award 2009. And again, bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, again, Stanley Cup winners as a player and executive: 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 65, 68, 60, 66, 68, 69, 71, 73, 76, 77, 78, 79, 86, and 93 for 17 in total. So this is part 1 of the 2-part podcast on Jean Beliveau. The second part will cover his post-retirement career, where he almost became one of the most important politicians in Canadian history. And it's not Prime Minister. There's one person above the Prime Minister in Canada, and we're going to find it out very soon. Have a good day. Look for part 2. Bye.